Sometimes there are books that are so entertainingly bad, you want to do a bad comic beatdown. You want to go through every panel, every line of dialogue, everything, and just point out what makes this book so freaking cringeworthy. And when I started to read Mom, I started to understand that this was exactly that kind of book. But then I couldn't finish it. Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with, I guess, what's going to be a review of Mom instead of a bad comic beatdown, because I'm not picking that up again. Here's the thing. There are, by the way, some books that have a message, and they let that message go beyond, and it takes over the story. And sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it isn't. This manages to take all of the messages and then slap you right in the face with them. There are no good characters in this book. There are definitely no men in this characters. There may be some people that they call male, which of course, okay, fine. That's a man if you want, but there's no men in this thing. And the ones that are there are horrible, horrible creatures who will work their hardest to make sure that Mom doesn't survive. Now, here's the thing. This book starts out at a party, and the dialogue, this tells you everything you need to know about this comic book. Okay, this is the very first page. My name is Maya Kapoor. I'm 29 years old, a single mom, a high school dropout, chemical engineer, part-time sex worker, Thai food junkie, a biological freak of nature, Scorpio and blood moon rising, no drama, no water signs. I like Ruth Bader Ginsburg speeches and Martha Stewart living. I enjoy more children's television shows than is probably healthy. I lie to myself every January about using the elliptical I bought for 4 years ago, and I bought 4 years ago, and for anything more than an expensive coat hanger. I get anxiety from feeling like I don't listen to enough podcasts about controlling anxiety, and I made a pacifist run on Undertale my first time through, including escaping the bullet hell. Thank you very much. I am currently trapped schmoozing at an Upper West Side corporation after party as part of my boss's entourage for a female empowerment in the workplace initiative. The last CFO had to step down after getting caught soliciting what turned out to be several thousand Mexican scorpions in a trench coat as part of a viral prank sensation. So here we are. And that's it. That is a huge information dump of useless information. We don't need to know any of this to continue the story. And that, my friends, is the big problem. As a matter of fact, it goes on for another couple of pages. She does explain party a little bit. It goes off on how even classic art is just unattainable visions of beauty for women. And then she gets her period. People laugh at her. And she hears all the whispers and such, and then she starts glowing. She crushes the drink, and her arm gets wavy. She cusses, and then she says that, here's the story of a beast who's a beauty, or a beauty who's a beast. Here's how a fairy tale became a crap show, and we get the story. So here, let me put it to you this way. Everything I just told you about, it's like 3 pages, gone. You don't need it. Just start right here. You start talking about, this is my life and how it became if you want to use that, my name is, whatever it was, Kapoor. And then they start talking about what's going on. They wasted 3 pages. And I wish I could say that, oh, okay, the dialogue dump was an anomaly, but that is the entire book. It is just horrible dialogue after horrible dialogue that doesn't move the story forward. It just tells you about the most superficial things in her life. There is nothing connecting us to this character. It really is just a slap in the face of all the worst messaging you could ever possibly imagine as far as all this is concerned. I wanted to like this book enough to do a bad comic book down. I really did. I had no illusions. I've actually talked about this over on I Love Comics, how you look at a book and automatically you hate it. You never read it. You probably won't read it. Yet for some reason, you hate everything that's inside of it, but you don't know what's inside of it until, of course, a YouTuber comes along and points it out to you. And I mentioned, yes, I do this also. I'm not putting myself above anybody. This is a lot of times when I question things, it's because I know I myself do them and I want to talk about it and so forth. And that's how I felt about this book. Going in, I already hated it. I hated it, every bit of information I had about it before I opened it. And from that first page, I hated this book. I hated Mom. It is constantly writing characters that it just doesn't make sense. A 14-year-old girl talks about how her father became a hammer horror scientist in the year, she's in the year 2034 and she's only 14. That is that's what, 14 years away, 13 years away now. And kids now don't know about hammer horror, so it just doesn't make sense. At one point, another kid says he watched The Lion King and he worries about how Simba treats the proletariat. There's nobody in this book that talks like a real human being. There is no one to connect to as a real human being. And we have a main character who talks at rather than to us or any other character, because they're not talking to reveal. They're not talking to move the story along. It's just information dump after information dump after information dump after information dump. There's nothing fun about this book. I hate America Chavez. It built I Love Comics. It really did. It was a horrible, horrible book that I just had a lot of fun with. I made a few videos tearing it up, and that's what blew up the channel over there. I might actually re-record for this one, as a matter of fact. There's no fun in this. There is nothing fun about it. I probably made it to about page 30, 32 before I was like, you know what? This isn't getting any better. It's not going to get any better. I actually saw some scenes from the from later pages that just proved to be worse. So I think I ducked out just in time to experience some incredibly bad identity politics and such like that. But I am not going back. I don't have anything to prove. I don't feel the need to step into this ever again. I will not be getting any sequels. This is not like the Hellfire Gala where I was like, alrighty, I'm going to stick with this because I think it's going to be fun. And then once I read, what was it? The Excalibur book, I was like, no, I can't do this. I'm out. This right here, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this book has beaten me to the point where I will never darken its doors again. I swear to gosh, I'm not, if I were to be like bad comic beatdowning, I would make some sort of joke about how painful it is, how it's equal to strapping 6 cats on your body and then taking a cold shower or something along those lines. You know, it's just, but the thing is that's fun. That's a fun way to talk about how bad a book is. This is not fun. This book actually is a fun vacuum. This book, it just wipes out everything. As a matter of fact, I can't imagine making it to the end with any kind of excitement, even for a review. I even to tell you how bad it is, I can't imagine making it to the end and going, hey, I'm good about going here, because instead I could tell you that the more I read about this book, the more I hated turning the page. The more I am so disgusted with myself that I decided to make a video on this book. That's how bad this book is. I mean, obviously I'm going to make a video. I wasted my time reading it. I got to talk about it, right? But oh my Lord in heaven, if you haven't gotten the message now, I don't know who this book is for. I mean, I guess I do. People who are fans of Vita Ayala, who are fans of the Marco Tamakis, who are fans of this new way of writing that really doesn't tell a story. It's just meandering. And this is the most meandering book I've read in a long damn time. But then again, this is a meandering video. The book sucks, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you anything beyond that. The book sucks. You know what's horrible about this? In all honesty, I forgot who does this. Let me look it up here while I'm talking to you, because that's always exciting when people take time to actually look up something while they're making a video. Okay, it's written by Emil Clark and Margaret Bennett. And Margaret Bennett should know better. She knows story structure. This is not good comic book story structure. She knows better. I'm more about, I hope most of this was written by Amelia Clark, because she did Bombshells. She did Sheena. Those are two decent books. Amelia Clark played a freaking dragon lady on Game of Thrones. Very well, mind you. I'm not going to take that away from her, but she doesn't know comics. And this is written by someone who doesn't know comics. This isn't even a good movie, by the way. Alrighty. So anyway, the worst thing about this is Lila Leyes. She drew a beautiful book. I mean, you see the pictures. You see what's going on. It's a good-looking book, and it deserved better writing. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. If you like what you see, please click on maybe I'll put up one of the bad comic beatdowns up here. You can actually see what one of those are. And don't hesitate to go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till, helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and of course clicking like, share, you know, that kind of thing. Like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.